Hey guys, Toast here. Before we get into this video, I'd like to let you guys know that I've created a community Discord server on PC for those of you who visit the channel to use as a communication tool in Battlefield 1 and other games on PC. The link to the Discord will be in the description below. Feel free to join and take part in communicating with your teammates and meeting new people. Now on to the topic of the video, I finally had the chance to start unlocking the new level 10 weapon variants recently incorporated into the game, and I want to discuss those variants a bit in depth and give you my personal opinion on them and whether they're worth the grind it takes to unlock them. Starting today with the Huot Automatic Optical variant. In order to unlock this variant, you need to achieve 300 kills with the Huot Automatic low weight, as well as 25 kills with limpet charges. To put this into perspective, most Conquest games will result in a majority of players getting somewhere between the range of 15 to 30 kills on average. Obviously, some players will get more and some less, but in my experience, the 15 to 30 kill range is what you see across most of the players in the scoreboard at the end of each round. Each Conquest game lasts around 25 minutes, again obviously some taking more and some less depending on the circumstances, so you're looking at roughly 10 to 20 rounds of Conquest each at around 25 minutes or so, or in other words about 4 to 8 hours of actual gameplay just to complete the weapon kills component of the unlock requirements. Thankfully, limpet charges are actually pretty useful, so on vehicle-heavy maps you can rack up at least a few kills per match with properly placed limpet charges, making that component of the unlock process a little less daunting. That said, for many players this is a significant undertaking just to unlock a single weapon variant, so let's dive into the Huot Automatic and see if it's worth your time and focus. Now for those of you who saw my review on the Huot Automatic low weight, you know I don't particularly love the low weight variant. I don't think it's terrible, but I don't feel it holds its own as well as other weapons available to the support class in the majority of situations. As a whole, the Huot Automatic has a small magazine size at 26, a low minimum damage at 15, a low rate of fire at 475 rounds per minute, a low muzzle velocity for an LMG at 740 meters per second, and to top it off, one of the longer short reloads and one of the longest long reloads despite its small magazine size. That said, the one and only area where this weapon actually does excel over other weapons available is in its accuracy. The Huot Automatic has by far the best horizontal recoil, good vertical recoil, and very strong ADS spread while standing still. In my experience, however, the favorable recoil and spread don't really make up for the numerous downfalls that the weapon has, so in order for me to recommend the optical variant or feel that it warrants spending time to unlock, it would have to make enough of an improvement on some of the downfalls that the low weight variant has. So how does the optical variant measure up? The differences between them are overall pretty slight. The first obvious change is that the optical variant is going to have an optical sight, and like other optical variants in the game, magnifications of 1.25x up to 2.5x, and 4 different reticles to go along with it. I personally am not a fan of the optical variants in Battlefield 1, I feel that they take up too much of the screen, aren't really intuitive enough to warrant using them, and I greatly prefer using iron sights on just about all weapons, but there are people out there who like the optical sights, and I certainly can respect the difference of opinion. That isn't going to be the only defining factor in the review. Now to accompany the optical sight, the optical variant has a very slightly lower horizontal recoil of 0.07 degrees instead of the low weight's 0.08 degrees, so that's a whopping 0.01 degree decrease in horizontal recoil. But it does have about a 30% better ADS spread while standing still, and about 25% better ADS spread while moving. That said, it has significantly worse recoil decrease and spread decrease, which offsets the benefits that I just mentioned, particularly with the recoil, so while the weapon's sights will move at a slightly smaller angle away from neutral, and the spread will increase at a tighter angle, neither the spread nor recoil will return back to neutral as quickly between shots as the low-weight variant. It should also be noted that with increased sight magnification comes increased impact of recoil. What I mean by this is that as you increase the magnification of your sight, the same amount of recoil is going to look more severe to you since you're more zoomed in than it would have looked at a lower magnification. Now the difference in magnifications between the variants is small, a difference of 0.25x on the low end and 0.5x on the high end, but since the optical variant doesn't decrease the vertical recoil at all, and the fact that the horizontal recoil is decreased by such a minute amount, I noticed in my time with the optical variant that it did feel noticeably more difficult to control while continuously firing at long-range targets, and the benefits of the lower spread, while helpful, didn't make a big enough impact at mid and long range to really be noticeable over the low-weight variant. So based on my time with the new variant, here's my conclusion as to whether or not it's worth your time to unlock. If you already like the Huot Automatic low weight and have a particularly strong affinity for optical sights in Battlefield 1, and you don't mind that there's really no other significantly noticeable in-game benefit to the new variant, then by all means it may be worth your time to go ahead and unlock the Huot Automatic Optical variant. If, however, either you aren't a fan of the Huot Automatic low weight already, or you, like me, don't particularly like the design of the optical sights in the game, I would say that you could pretty well comfortably pass on taking the time to unlock the Huot Automatic Optical, and focus your time on the other new level 10 variants that have a more pronounced impact on their respective weapons. Now, for those of you who have already unlocked and used the Huot Automatic Optical, what are your thoughts on the variant? Do you feel that it was worth the time spent unlocking it, or in proportion to the benefits that you received from it? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and if you want to see more content, please subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching, this is Toast, and I'll talk to you soon.